Good afternoon, everyone. I'll not, don't want to be the barrier between you and lunch, so I will try to be as quick as possible. But just to give you some background, I'm more of a practitioner, and I built companies around AI, building companies and catering to clients for last decade. I've been the CEO of Math, if any of you know, which is one of the largest AI incubator in the country right now. And currently, one of my company called Mad Monk, they build enterprise level AI solutions. I'm also associated with another company called Agent AI, and they are more of a agentic marketplace that's based out of Bangalore. And so that is about myself. I would like to share my experience more in terms of the use cases, the problems, and the industry, situations that we have tackled in last 5, 6 years majorly, but last 1 year precisely, where majorly the agentic AI has played a major role. So this is more of the evaluation of tools, from tools to agents, how agents have come. Now, many of us who are into this AI field and working in this technology, we all know AI is not new. We are working or using it in different shapes and forms for last 20 years or precisely for last 15 years very aggressively. It is just like last 3 years there is a all new, like the craze, and everybody is talking once the chat GPT and everything came to the practice. But in reality, in industry, in academia, everywhere we are using. In academia, probably many of my seniors who did their engineering in late 80s, that's the time they studied AI. I was in the early 2000, and then we studied AI. So in academia, AI was there for quite some time. In industry also, we are using it for almost like 15 years very aggressively. But the difference that has happened majorly is this is the evaluation of the agentic journey or the AI journey. Earlier, it was more rule-based. Now it became more predictive. Then last couple of years, we were thinking, hearing about generative AI, and now we are talking about agentic AI. So this is something like, some statistics that we have got in terms of where India stands and what is the area or which area has the maximum AI adoption. So if you look at the data, interesting thing based on this conference is that healthcare is one of the top areas. Definitely in terms of adoption, BFSI has been one of the top areas in terms of adoption. But healthcare is not the distant second, but it is kind of the second or the third in terms of AI adoption. Obviously, healthcare, anything we build, it takes a lot of time. The timeline is not as fast as finance sector or any other manufacturing sector, but definitely the usage is there. I, and I still remember the first AI project that we built from our company was back in 2019. That was for a Israeli client, and we built like how you can automated way you can identify polyps if it is malignant or not. So we labeled almost like 6,000 surgical hours videos using 12 to 13 gastroenterologists. Then we built a model around that, and then we deployed it. Our first trial was in John Hopkins, and then we tested in multiple hospitals. Right now, last year, it was commercially launched where people were paying. So it was a 7 year journey, basically, to build a product, and till the time you get the money. So luckily, we were the one who were building the AI, and we were not the one who were the sponsor of the project, so we survived. But that is the kind of timeline it takes when we talk about healthcare. In terms of countries also, you can see that India is also one of the top or the fastest growing country in terms of AI adoption. And compared to US, China, yes, we are lagging way behind, but there is an opportunity in terms of talent and everything. Definitely, very soon we will try to catch up with the global leaders, so-called, as we say. Some theory might not excite everyone, but this is how the anatomy of agentic system works. These are the layers, and like perception layer, memory layer. Someone who is a hardcore engineer working around agentic AI might appreciate that. For others, it might not be that exciting, but this is how when we build any agentic system, this is the anatomy of the system. This is more exciting. So these are the architectural layers or blueprints in terms of what are the four pyramids or pillars of any agentic system. It can be like as we are evolving with every passing quarter, I will say, not even year, This structure is also evolving. It was not exactly in this way 2 years back. It is what I'm showing you is latest, and probably in next 6 months, again, we might add some different layer. But as of now, as we speak, these are the 4 different pillars of agentic system: that react agent, plan and execute, and then we have a multi-agent swarm, which comes. A multi-agent swarm, you might have heard that how Elon Musk lost his, uh, were more than what was the stage? He was billionaire, and then what is it, trillionaire, right? So he lost his trillionaire status just a couple of days back because he used multiple swarms in a very short period of time and lost a lot of money and tokens that he burnt. So that is just to give you some commercial things that how people are using it. And the final one is reflection and self-critic, like how we are able to understand what we are doing, if it is correct or not. So all these different parameters or structures we followed while building any modern day agentic system. These are multi-agent systems, like, what are the research agent, coder agent, analyst agent, writer agent. With different structure, it can differ based on the problem statement, based on the use case. But I'm just showcasing one multi-agent system for an orchestrator agent. Now, this is a question now which most of people keep asking, and most of the investors are very much interested, like why agentic systems are failing so fast. Even if everybody or the world is going behind the agentic system, you talk to any enterprise today, any big, large corporate, they want a agentic system, but the success rate is not that high. And what are the reason? These are the reason. From my experience, the major one is the first one, that is the hallucination or the hallucinated tool calls. That is one of the major reasons why most of the agentic systems fail. Second one is the lack of observability, or the other way we can say is the human factor, or the human in the loop is missing many of the times. So these are the factors which are the top reasons why most of the agentic systems are failing. But yeah, we have multiple other reasons also there. So this is like trust, safety, and agent governance. So how the governance structure can be made better. So these are the things, like we need to do the trials. It is just like any other software standard, just some English changes are there. But anyone who is building software for very long or testing it, they will understand that this is the basic structure, that minimal privilege, sandbox execution. We have been doing it in our software development journey throughout. Output validation, human in the loop. So human in the loop is one of the most critical factor in any agentic development or AI development, as we say, and that's how we build a good AI or AI governance or those things that we talk about. Now, some use cases, or where we have seen that the agentic AI has been used. So this is not something on all the cases that we have worked or my team has worked, but these are the top areas where we are seeing that maximum traction has gone, or the maximum money has been spent. So focusing on healthcare, that AI clinical co-pilots, drug discovery, autonomous report. Autonomous report, when we say, it is not just in the hospital management system, but majorly in the field of radiology also, we are seeing that extreme level of adoption is happening. So automated reading of X-rays, CT scans, MRIs, 2D echoes, all these things are getting automated. So 2D echo is one area where we are seeing almost like 7 different kind of products are there in the market. And all are commercially available, right? Understanding the status of the heart, like if the heart is in good condition or not, or if there is any issue is there that the doctor wants to highlight. So those kind of situations are automated way the systems are reading. Questions are always there in terms of the accuracy. I have at least not seen any of the system which is 95% beyond accurate. Most of the systems are between 80 to 95. That is the range where they are playing right now, at least the commercial ones or the top ones. So there is a way, and because it requires a lot of time, lot of data, lot of clinicians to train the agent, train the AI, train the model, and that kind of effort and time is required, and also a lot of data. This is some of the use cases that we have done, and this is something, although it is mentioned as customer onboarding autonomous copilot, I'll just share one interesting story that, we have conducted. So 5, 6 months back, I was taking a session for all the pharma leaders in Bombay, and it was a workshop, and we were supposed to come out of a outcome that after 3 to 4 hours of the workshop, how AI can be adopted by different pharma manufacturers for their drug discovery or any of the clinical practices. Now, this was the discussion, and during the discussion, I asked them, like, what is your priority and all these things. Now, this is something very important in AI when we want to adopt AI, is that where to apply AI. Everybody is today wanting that, we want AI. So many of the CXOs I speak, they say, Rahul, like, I want AI to be implemented. But the question is like, where, how, when, these are the fundamental questions. So when you discuss some initial questionnaires with them, like, how they can adopt AI, what exactly is their expectation, how much ROI are they expecting, what are the timeline, how much patients they have, what is their revenue cycle, are they only manufacturers or they are just the distributors. After all the questionnaires and all these things, then I propose them that forget the drug discovery part, because the drug discovery probably will take you a couple of $1 million, 3 to 4 years of timeline can be shortened to maybe like couple of months. But even after you build the product to take it out in the market and sell it, and make the doctors or the industry adopt it, it is again a 2 to 3 year cycle. So do you have that kind of patience even if you adopt or implement a couple of $1 million in drug discovery? And the answer for this question was no by most of the people, not all. So then I asked them that let's adopt AI in the supply chain, how we can bring efficiency in your systems, in your marketing, in your sales approach. Like every MR is going and meeting the doctor, how we can keep the MR more well equipped so that when he's going and explaining it to the doctor, any new product, how AI can help them. So we found 6 areas which are apart from drug development within the pharma industry, where the ROI was at least 10x compared to the drug development. So when I'm just showing you these use cases, so it always doesn't mean that we have to do something very clinical to get the advantage of AI in any organization. That is what I keep saying, that adopt it where it is easy, where the ROI is faster, and that's how probably you can make build that culture of AI. You can understand how AI works, how agentic systems work, and then you take it for the bigger or the more critical one, which is your bread and butter or which is your core of the business and those things. So that is just one experience I'm sharing. And probably like in the room, probably there were more than 50 people who were there, all CXOs or business owners, all Indians. And out of that, 26 of them ended up adopting AI within next 3 months in the supply chain and logistics. So that was the biggest takeaway from that session. I'm just sharing that with all of you. So yeah, so and this is like in terms of these use cases, there are multiple use cases that I can keep sharing. Probably I will take up some questions, but if I have to share just 2, 3 more use cases of agentic systems, then one, we have recently seen one use case by a Madhya Pradesh oncologist, Madhya Pradesh-based oncologist, who has used agentic system to identify the risk areas in breast cancer. So based on the initial scans that they are doing, now there is even if there is a small dot or something is there, how the agentic systems are smart enough to scan them, read them, and suggest them that what are the percentage that this woman will have cancer chances in next 2 years or in next 6 months or in next whatever time. So that system has been developed that we have seen and which is highly successful. Second agentic application that we have seen, or the autonomous systems, are majorly in terms of the efficiency of the hospitals that we are seeing. Because for a, I will say, share use